Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Cloud and Data with Kush. So today we are going to discuss one project that is customer churn analysis, and in this project let's see what we are going to complete or what we are going to discuss in this project. So without any delay, let's get started. So you can see this is the problem statement for the data for the project is customer churn analysis, and the data set is also customer churn. So this is the problem statement, and it is written that if you are the data scientist at the telecom company Neo, whose customers are churning out which competitors. So customer is churning out. Okay. So in this particular problem statement, you have to analyze the data of your company and finding insight and stop your customers from charging out to the telecom. And we have to understood that with that help of these two bits, we have to understand that entire data science life cycles, and where we have to use some machine learning algorithm like scikit-learn, and we have to first just try to understand the problem statement. As once it has been done, then we are going to implement in our Python project environment, right? So you can see this is the problem statement, and this is the customer churn dataset where it's clearly written that the details regarding the customer churn and the data dictionary, that is customer ID, gender, senior citizen, partner, dependence, tenure, phone service, and multiple lines. So this is a project in the data set that we have to understand. You have to see the customer ID, all the columns are there, right? And here we have to implement the project in the lab, that is the Anaconda, and we have to see the task. So we have to first task is that data manipulation, and these are the tasks of the data manipulation. We have to extract that. All the tasks I'm going to discuss and implement the hands-on part, obviously. So first task is data manipulation. After completing the data manipulation, we are going to build that. We are going to create the data visualization. So this part by part, I am going to implement over there in the Jupyter notebook. And third is that we have to create some model building like linear regression. You have to see that you have to build a simple linear model where dependent variable is monthly charges and independent variable is tenure. So whatever the problem statement and whatever the task is given, that I'm going to discuss. I'm going to create the hands-on part. That not don't worry. So we are going to implement these things as a step-by-step manner. Okay. So we have to see that linear regression model we have to build with that problem statement, and after creating the linear regression, we have to move to logistic regression. So you have to see that the logistic regression, that is that some problem, the task is given. So obviously, I'm going to create and I'm going to implement this task. After completing the logistic regression, we're going to move the decision tree, where you have to build a tree model where your independent variable is churn and independent variable is tenure, and we have to divide the data set is 8:20 ratio, and after completing this all of the things, we have to create the model, and we have to build the model on our train data set, and we can predict the values of the test data. So these are the tasks of these projects, and after completing the decision tree, we are going to move to the random forest. This is the task. So five, four or five ML models that I'm going to build over there. So last is the random forest. Okay. So I have to build a random forest model where dependent variable is churn and independent variable as tenure and monthly charge. I'm not going to discuss that concept of this thing. I'm just implement of the things. So you are familiar with that entire projects. So I hope this can be these entire projects from the scratch. This can be helpful to you to you can understand that how we can implement these things and let's get started without any delay. So very first thing what we are going to do, that is we have to open our Jupyter notebook. So those are not familiar how we have to install or we have to configure that Anaconda and the Jupyter notebook. So I already created one session for that. So this session link I will add in that particular description, means in our description box. So from where you can get that link of this tutorial. Okay. So from there I can going to start. So first we have to open that our Jupyter notebook, right? So in the search box, you can see this is the search box. In the search box, you can just write Jupyter. Okay. And you can see in my apps, it's coming Jupyter Notebook Anaconda 3, right? Just click over there. You have to click in the Jupyter Notebook Anaconda 3, and you can see the Jupyter Notebook 3 has been provisioning, right? It will create one environment of the Jupyter Notebook, and then where I'm going to write all the codes of the Python. So and you can see this is the URL, and the same URL it is going to open over there, and you have to wait, and you can see this page is redirected to the Jupyter Notebook. So this is your Jupyter Notebook folders and files, you can see. Okay. And here we have to wait because kernel, you can see the notebook kernel is not ready. So now you can see the Python 3 IPY kernel is ready. So this is very essential. Without IPY kernel, the notebook cannot communicate with that backend server, right? So this kernel is in this create. Now with that help of kernel, that Python 3, we have to create a notebook. So this kind of interface, you will get this kind of URL like localhost by default 8888, so 48. So localhost 8888, this you can see in your screen. So I already provided how we can install, how we can configure the Jupyter notebook. So you can probably get that entire step-by-step learn that video tutorial. So you can get and you can complete these steps as well in your system. So you can get the Jupyter notebook, right? So this kind of interface you will get, and just click on the new button. You can see upload and new. These two buttons are there. Just click the new button and just drop. There is one drop arrow, right? You can see the arrow, right? Drop down arrow. Just click on the drop down arrow and you can see a couple of options are there. So you have to wait. We have to just click Python 3. There are other files also be there. Text file, folder, terminal. I'm not going to open that one. Just go and open that Python 3 IPY kernel. Just go and open. And now you can see our Jupyter notebook environment is going to create one Jupyter notebook they have provided. And you can see this is my Jupyter notebook, and it also launched, and this is the IPY kernel. Okay. Let's see what I am going to write. Very first thing, we have to write our notebook name. This is the very first step. So here I am write customer churn analysis. Okay. Any name you can provide. I'm just going to repeat this thing from where you are going to open this. So you can see untitled one name is there, right? Untitled one. Just click on that untitled link and you will get that pop-up. Okay. Inside the pop-up, you have to write the notebook name. This is the label. Any name you can take as per your choice. That is not an issue. Any name you can provide. Okay. So once you have provided the name, just click on rename. This is the rename button, right? You can see cancel rename. Okay. You just click on rename. Once the rename is done, you can see your this name is changed untaken to customer churn analysis. Okay, on that particular place. And this is the Jupyter notebook, and you can see the file, edit, view. There are different options. You have to create your new notebook. You have to open. You have to download, and after completing the notebook, everything you can. I'll show you that. That's not the issue. So first, this is your cell, and I have to first test my cell is interactive or not. Just write one print statement of that very basic command of the Python, that's welcome to the project's customer churn analysis. Okay, so you have to write. And now you have to see one run command is the run button, right? Run, play type button, run. Just click on the run button and you can see it has been executed and it will show me the result. Welcome to the project customer churn analysis. Okay, that means my mode, this cell is interactive, and just click on that run, or otherwise you can click Control plus Enter. This is the short key. Control plus Enter. Just write over here. I'm just going to write the shortcut of run this application, the cell. The shortcut of run this cell is Control plus Enter. So you can use Control plus Enter, and you can see I paste the Control Enter, the number is increased, right? 4, 5, 6, and you can see 6. Right? So 6 times that cell is executing. And one more thing, that cell you have that output, and you have to clear the output of the cell. Just go to the cell and you can see all output. Inside the all output, you can see the third option, and that is clear. Just click on the clear and your output that has been already removed. Okay. So don't worry, I'm going to start. So first we have to import our necessary libraries. So this cell has two mode. Okay, you have to see this is the code and this is the markdown. Okay, and also you can provide code, markdown, raw, NB format, and heading. So first I am going to write heading so you can understand as per the notebook, and then you can implement at your end. So just because you can see this is the code, right? The code is selected in the drop down in the select box, right? So you just change code to markdown. Okay, and you can write over here. You can see you can place the hash tab, hash but the hash tab, and you can write your comments over there. So and in that way we can create the label of the heading, or you can go and click on the headings also. Okay, so this is the label heading too, you can write. Okay, so not an issue. So anything you can write the markdown cell. Just I'm going to write import our. So how as much as you can provide the heading, just I'm going to write, and then I'm going to describe these things. Import our necessary libraries. Okay, and press Ctrl Enter, and you can see it has been rendered as a heading, right? So if I will remove one hash and press Ctrl Enter, this text is something bigger, right? So you just add, you just remove hash, and you can see now the text is bigger, right? So you can add the text in this way, or as per your choice, you can control these things. So write Ctrl Enter and import your necessary libraries, and click on plus sign so you can insert one cell below this. Okay, you can see this is the rectangular box is selected. That means this cell is selected by default. You just click on that insert cell below, And here I am going to import all necessary libraries. So just write import pandas as PD, pandas as PD, and then we have to import, we have to use numpy as NP. I also need the, you have to import the matplotlib library. So you have to write from matplotlib, import matplotlib from matplotlib. You have to import your pyplot as PLT. Okay, so we all know that pandas is used for reading and the data from different sources. NumPy is used for calculating the numerical operations in our data set, and matplotlib we are going to create some charts. We are going to create some bar chart, line chart, graphics over there. Okay, so press Ctrl Enter, and it will take time, and you will see the busy button is coming, right? That means that pandas, NumPy, and matplotlib that has been configured in that particular Jupyter environment, and you can see the cell is executed, and that means our all the libraries that I am going to add it over there. Okay. Now, very fast thing that we have to load our data set, and you can see this is the customer churn data. This is my customer churn data. Okay, and you have to go over there, and you have this place, so you can upload your data. Just click on the upload sign, and this is the place your data set is kept. So my data set is there, customer churn analysis data, and just click customer churn.csv. You can upload your data set over here, and you can see customer churn CSV, and you're going to click on upload button. Okay, your customer churn data is uploaded in that particular environment. Okay, and just go over there, and next step that we have to read our data set. So I'm going to write read our CSV data set. Okay, so just add the customer churn. So how we can write, how we can read the data? Just write pd dot read underscore CSV. Okay, so pd dot read underscore CSV. You can read your CSV data, and here your data set name is customer underscore churn dot CSV, and you can see that customer churn data sheet is there, and this is the data customer churn data sheet, right? And you can click your customer churn dot CSV, and this is the CSV file. You can see this is the CSV file, right? This CSV file I'm going to understand what is the data, what is inside the data set, what is the columns, what is the relation of the data columns, and how we can modify, how we can integrate this step-by-step learning process. So this is your customer churn.csv data, right? Now we are going to read. So in order to read the CSV data, you have to add pd.read.csv, and here you can write your one variable name customer churn, where you have to store your data, right? Is equal to, and you have to your pd.dscv that right in my data set is my data set is loaded. Now just run Ctrl plus enter, and now you can see my data set is loaded. That means it successfully loaded the data. The very first thing that we have to load our data set in our project. So in every project, it's obvious that you need one data set. Without the data set, the rest of the operations you cannot continue. You cannot configure, right? Because very first step is you have to load your data set. So how we can load our data set? We have to write pd.read underscore csv. So because I'm going to write this thing, pd.read csv, that I'm going to read the csv file. If you have JSON file, so pandas has different load this of you can see the method is there. So if you want to read the JSON, then you can write read underscore JSON. If you want to read Excel, so you can write pd.read underscore Excel. So there are different variations of methods of different type of the data set is there. So as per your business case, you have to provide that. Okay. So you can just see that pd.read csv. You can read the data set. So I am read my data set from this customer churn.csv file, right? And my data set is loaded in this particular environment, right? Now next step is I have to see, we have to understand the data set. First, we have to study on the data set. Once I can study my data set, then step by step, we are going to implement all the steps, all the tasks, what is given to me. Okay. So let's get started over there. Now, the first step, we have to understand the data set, but before that, I thought I am going to write the steps, and then it can be easily, you can understand what the steps I'm going to create and step by step manner, right? So I'm just going to write this step. First step is reading the data. Okay, reading our data set, CSV data. Okay, first you have to read your data set. Okay, so once you have read the data set, then next step we are going to understand the data. Okay, so reading our data set, next step we just write, we have to write that understand our data. So I'm right, understand our data set with various operations. So first we are going to read the data set. So our data set reading is done. Next step that we have to understand our data set and how it looks like, how many columns are there, how many rows and columns are there, is there any unique values or not. So this kind of things I'm going to understand. Okay. So move to that Jupyter notebook. Click on that plus sign. Now you have your customer churn data, right? And you have to write dot head. So what is that? What head method is doing, right? You just write dot head. And you can see customer churn dot head. It's not a method, just attribute. And okay, so it is given all the things. Means that bound name, customer ID, you can see department, uh, but it cannot readable, right? I cannot understand in very proper way, right? I'm not going to understand this. So this is that attribute, and if you add the brackets, right? Then it will become a method. Customer churn dot data and method name. Then you have to write control plus enter. And now you can see it will provide one data frame, and by default the head method returns you 5 rows, okay, by default. So you can see, and rows starting from 0 to 4, so it will become a 5 rows, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you can see customer ID, gender, partner, tenure, phone service. So there are multiple columns is there. So if you want to read the first 5 column, okay. So if you want to read first 5 columns, so by default head will return first 5 columns, okay. Top 5 columns. We will return top 5 column of the data set. From the starting it will calculate, okay. Now I require 2 columns. I am interested to see only 2 rows. Just add the 2s over here. Just add the 2s over here. Okay, I'm just create this thing inside the below cell. So you have to just add 2. So that means it will return the 2 rows. Okay, you can see it will return me the 2 rows. First 2 rows. Okay, it will return the first 2 rows. So just press Ctrl plus Enter, and you can see 0 and 1, 2 rows. So how many rows you want to show in that head? If you not write anything in the head, right, it will return 5. If you write the number, then as per your number, as per your how many rows you want to get, you want to display, it will provide. So this is that customer churn dot head method return that first rows. So anything you can raise. Okay. Same thing. Same thing that if you want to see that last 5 rows, so you just write customer churn, just copy customer churn and dot tail. So what it will do, the tail method will return you the last 5 rows. Just I'm going to write, it will return me the last 5 rows. Okay, not first 5 rows, it will return me the last 5 rows. Just press Ctrl plus Enter, and you can see the number is starting 7038 and 7042. You can notice that number, right? That index 7038. So 7042 is the last row, and from that 7042, the 5 rows you can calculate. Okay, this is the last 5 rows. And you can see if you want to write head, then it will become starting from 0 and 1. Okay, so it will starting from 0. So you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. From the very starting index is 0. From the 0 it will read. Okay, I hope as of now you can understood how what is my data. This is your data set, and then I am going to write head method, and it will display the first 5 rows. Now if I'm going to write dot tail method, then it will return me the last 5 rows. Okay, I hope as of now we can clear. Now I have one thing, just customer churn. Okay, I want to interest to see that what is the type of that variable. Okay, the data set that I am going to read, na customer underscore churn dot data set. So what data this is, right? What type of data? So I'm going to write what type of data your customer underscore churn. What type? So you can write type, and you can just copy customer churn and just scroll down and just add customer churn. Okay, and I am going to interested to see its type. So just write type, and inside the type, you have to provide your data set name, the customer churn. Now it will clearly written, it is the pandas.core.frame.data frame. So from this is the main data frame that it will coming from pandas, right? So this is not that normal, means not the simple data. Just I'm going to implement the data frame and it will prove that it is the data frame, right? So you always have to prove your data set, that what the type of your data. So you can write pandas.code.frame or .data frame and it will return this, right? You can write the type and this is the type of data frame object, right? Next, I am going to interested to see how many rows, how many numbers, how many rows and columns present in the data set. Just I'm going to write how many rows and columns are present in the data set. Okay, so how I'm going to see? Let's write customer underscore churn dot save. Okay, dot save, and you can see this is the number. So what is the first 70431 and what is 21? So this is the rows. 7043 is your rows and 21 is your columns. Okay, so how many rows are there in my data frame? I have 7043 rows in my data frame and 21 columns. Okay, and you have to write first 7043 comma 21, first number indicates that rows, and second number also 21, and you can write this number 7043 indicates the columns. Okay, first is your rows, and how you can understand this is rows? You can see 7042 is there, number last rows number. So why it is right here written 7042 and where it is written 7043? What is that? So 0 to 7042, it becomes a number of 7043. Do you remember, right? Our index. Here I am going to write our index is starting from the data frame is 0. Data frame is 0. Okay. Your index starting from 0 and it it will end in 7042. That means how many rows? 7043. 7043. Okay. And 21 columns are there. So you have to understand this concept. 70 first is rows and last is columns. This is your rows, this is your columns. Okay. Take or another cell. Now I am interested to see that columns name. Okay. Interested to see columns name. Okay. So that write customer churn dot columns. And you can see I'm interested to see the columns name. So you can write customer underscore churn dot columns. Okay. And press Ctrl Enter. And here you have to see that the columns name it provides me, right? Customer ID, gender, senior citizen, partner, dependents. So there are 21 columns that I'm right. You already showed that, right? If You write customer underscore churn dot set, so 21 columns. And if you want to see the columns name, so just write customer underscore churn dot columns, and it will provide me the all columns name. Okay. And that I hope you can understood that data, how we have to read the data, and what is the head method, what is the tail method, and customer that data set, that the shape and the columns name, right? Now let's move to understand the data. Obviously, so senior citizen 0, that means is not senior citizen. Once means is there, right? And you have to that if you want to see that gender, male, female, all this is the columns that elaborate these things, right? So I'm going to see these things and as per the coding also, right? So how we can implement these things. So just I'm going to provide you the overview so you can understand, right? So churn no means, and these are columns, right? Target columns, churn. So no, yes, no. That means this column, yes means 1, no means 0. Okay. So let's try to understand the task. So very first task is that you just hold, this is the my data manipulation task. Okay. Very simple task is given. Extract that individual columns, that fifth column, and store it in that customer underscore file. Okay. So let's implement this. Just copy, and I'm going to implement this task, but on mode that I am going to write this thing. That is there any null values are present in our data set? Just right, is there any null values present in the data set? Okay, you can write customer underscore churn dot is null dot sum. Right? So you can see no null values are present. 0, right? This column wise it will provide that value. Customer ID 0, gender 0, senior citizen 0, partner 0. So there is no null values. I am not going to see in the columns. So there is no null values as of now. Okay. Now I am interested to see 5-point summary of the data. That means mean, mode, median, standard deviation, 25%, 75%. So you can easily get this kind of data, that information from the data set, right? So I'm just write 5-point summary of the data set. This is very useful comment and very easy. Just write customer underscore churn. Okay. And just write dot describe. Okay. Just write describe method. So it will return me that this data frame. Okay. So customer churn dot describe, and it will provide that. You can see count, mean, standard deviation, mean, 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75 percentile, max. So in that columns. So it will provide, this is all that 3 columns are numerical columns are there. So it will provide this count, mean, mode, median, right? If you are going to see that senior citizen columns is 0, and next columns name is tenure. So senior citizen 0. Here tenure column is your number, numeric value is there, right? 24, 72, 11. And last columns, that is your monthly charges. And if you go over there, and you can see that values are there, monthly charges, right? So it will provide me that information of my data set, how many rows and columns, and how many. This is called the 5-point summary from the describe method. Okay, you can get the 5-point summary of the data. So count, mean, mode, median, everything will get. Just write dot describe, and remember bracket indicates it's a method. If I'm not going to write bracket and the first this is the open and closing bracket, and just hit Ctrl plus enter, it will provide me the all information, but you cannot, it's just normal text that will provide, right? I am going to see that bound method indifferent describe, so it cannot readable, we cannot understand properly what is this kind of things is there, right? Everything it will provide. So instead of that, just write describe, and now you will get all that information, and you can also understand that information. Okay. Next, I am going to move the task. So first task is there, data manipulation, and just go over there, and here you have to write the data manipulation tab. Just change code to markdown. Okay, and just write over here, just markdown, and just write data manipulation. Just write data manipulation. So this is the very first task of our data frame. We have to complete this thing. Just write data manipulation. Just take other cell, and what is the first task? Extract the fifth column and store in that customer file. This is the variable name, and we have to extract fifth column. Go over there and make it comment with the hash. And now I am going to use that. So customer data dot ilock, and I have to use the ilock, and with that ilock I can achieve that. So this is all the rows, okay, and then comma 4, okay, and now we have to store this customer file. Just copy it and just paste. This is your customer file. Just see that how means it will, how many extract the fifth column or not. And you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that values are there. You have to use the ilock, and you just write customer file. Okay. Over there you can write customer file, and then just write dot head. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth column, extract the fifth column. So up to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to extract this value. Okay. I hope now you can understood from the entire data frame it will extract. Now next you can see in a fifth column. So indexing start I am writing, so you can understand. Here indexing starting from 0, okay, and that the reason taken 4. So that means it will start 0 to 4, okay. Next task is given, same 15 column, no issue. Go and just write this thing. This is the task name, and you have to just copy the ilog comment, customer churn ilog, and here you just write 40. So colon means everything, okay, and columns that have to rows everything, and columns that 14 number 15 column. So here indexing start from 0, so that is the reason I am going to take 0 to 14 over here. So I hope you can understand this. If you have any questions, so please let me know in the chat or comment box. So definitely I will go and take your concern. So you can see 0 to 14 average, okay? And customer 15, just go and store in customer 15, and here you have to execute control plus enter customer 15 dot in, and it will provide me the 14 column, okay. Here 15. So you can see that so let's see 15 column. What is the 15 column? 0, 1, 15 column, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. You can see this is the number. Streaming movies. These columns is there, right? 15 column is calculating over there. You can see. And this is the first 5 rows. Huh? So no is coming. First, and before that, I have already so you have to write our indexing start from 0 and you have to write 14. Streaming movies, you can see na column name is given dependent and streaming movies, and I also showing that individually, right? So I'm just going to add just see 15 columns. So you can see here also you can the columns name is provided. 15 column is streaming movies and data type is object. And here you can also see that uh, fifth column name is dependent and D type is object. So this name is your column's name. This is your column name, right? The streaming movies, it will dynamically change, right? Streaming movies. So next task issue extract the mail copy. Okay. So extract all the mail senior citizen whose payment method is electronic check and store the result in senior mail electronic. So first condition senior citizen, second payment method, and then result stored in the senior mail electronic. Okay, just go and first we have to extract all the mail, and first we have to extract the male senior citizenship, right? So we have to extract all the senior citizen, those value is male, right? Male senior citizen. So just copy customer churn over here and from where I will get my male or female column, that value, gender, right? You can see, just go and this is the gender, male, female, so gender. So that is the reason I'm take the gender. Just copy the gender, okay, here, and you have to write male and two condition I have to add with that. So first condition is male, so just wrap this condition, the brackets, okay. And what is my second condition? Second condition is senior citizens. Senior citizen is one, male and senior citizen, right? So first is male. Second condition is just write customer underscore churn. Next, your column name is senior citizen, right? Just copy. This is your column name, senior citizen. Okay, and that must be equal to 1 by 1. So go to senior citizen column. Everything I'm going to understood, right? Senior citizen. Senior citizen is where? Senior citizen. Yes. So those values male, right? 1. So I have to calculate this thing. Just scroll down. And then, and I'm going to write the third condition. So here payment method needs to be your electronic check, right? First is mail, second is senior citizen, and payment method is electronic check. So write customer churn, go to the payment method, obviously be there. You can see payment method, and this is a column payment method, right? Copy that payment method column name, and that must be equal to what? Electronic check. So go to the payment method, go to the payment method, and electronic check is given electronic check, right? Just copy electronic. check. I all my and now you can see I have satisfied all the three conditions, right? So first condition is male, second condition is your senior citizen, and third condition is your electronic chip. So one, two, three, and all the three condition I have joined through the and operator, right? And then it will told me that we have to store the result in the senior male electronic. Okay. So this is my condition. Just take one cell in the now what I am going to add over there. So I am going to create the small data set. This is the big data set, right? All the columns. I am not going to be interested to see all the columns. I am just going to see all three columns and it will create me the one data frame. So just write customer churn over here and inside the brackets you have to write this thing or you can write my substrate. Also can write no issues. So, and just add control enter. I hope add should be there. Should be there and just add my subset. Okay. Just wait. Okay. Okay, that should be mail. I not adding this thing. Okay, sorry for that. I just made not condition mail. I just taking the mail column. No issue. So this is the mail you have to gender should be the male. Right? Now I hope it will work. And then you have to create your subset of data over here. And now you have to just show how it looks like. Just press Ctrl Enter and your data set is ready. Okay. Now you can see customer ID, senior citizen, male senior citizen is one, right? And now if you notice from the subset your of data, just gender, all the genders here is male, right? It will filter the data is male, senior citizen is one. And if you go and see that payment method, that is first see and then we will create this one. No issue. Step by step, we're going to use that. So payment method, just scroll down. And you can see the payment method, right? Electronic check. All the payment method are electronic check over here. So we have successfully create the conditions and now it will be stored that electronic mail, senior mail electronic. Just add here senior mail electronic. In the result set you have to store and then you have to print this senior mail electronic first 5 rows. Okay, just I'm going to write right here. Let's cut it and take one cell, that is right. First 5 rows of the data. Now, if use the head and your all data frame is ready. Now, I hope here as of now you can understand what is our the task. 3 tasks I have done. Next task, before going to the next task, I am going to create only this subset of data. Is not the subset data. I'm just all condition is satisfied, and this is the condition I am going to add in that variable. But all the data set is written. But my agenda is that I'm just going to create the columns. I'm just going to show only 3 columns: caste, gender, senior citizen, and the electronic mail. Okay, these 3 things I'm going to interested to see instead of the all data columns. And you can see there are 21 columns are there. So I'm not going to see all the 21 columns. I just wanted to see all the 3 columns over there. Okay. So how we can do that? So next I'm to write only wanted to see 3 columns and create my individual data frame. How we can see and how we can create that. Now, how I'm going to see this thing, right? To clear this output, and just a minute. Just delete this cell. I'm going to. I'm interested to see that I'm writing. Interested to see only these columns and create the data frame. Data frame with these columns, with these 3 columns. Okay, I'm interested to see this. So anyway, just create this. Your all data set is there, right? You have filtered, you have created all the data set, and that is stored in the senior male electronic. Just go over there and you have to create your subset and you have to write the columns name. Only these columns will be showing, right? What is the first column name? That is the gender. Second column name is that senior citizen. Okay. And third column name. What is my third column name? That is your payment method. Just copy payment method. Just add. Okay. And now you can see it will create my subset. Okay, it will create my subset and only 3 columns, and it will create the data frame with the 3 columns. Just control enter. And you can see gender, senior citizen, payment method. Okay. So here opt out all the things. Okay. Because you just go and you have this data set, right? There are individual multiple columns are there over there. So this is one column, this is another column. So just copy it. Okay. These 3 columns is there. Can see. We have these columns, right? How many columns are there in the data frame? I have to create multiples. Yes. Go and write Okay. Suppose you have these columns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now from the 7 column, I only interested to see that 3 columns. Okay. So what I will do, I just create something and focused on these 3 columns. Okay. I want to focus only these 3 columns, not this one. I don't wanted to interested to this to see all the 4 columns. Okay. I'm not going to interested to see all the 4 columns. This is one data and this is my data, right? So you can create your subset of your data, right? Now just only focus in this data. So this is the male senior citizen and one of them is your payment method. You can create your subset of the entire data frame, right? That I'm going to create over here. Only male on all the gender you can see male, no female are there, senior citizen one, and payment method is electronic check. Okay, next task, what is there? Same thing in the extract the column. So we have to extract this one. Fourth task is extract this column. Just write the task name. Same way we are going to implement this thing. Okay. So you have this idea. You have this basic concept. So just comment it. Customer whose tenure is greater than 70 and monthly charges is $100 and store the result in customer total salary. So first condition is tenure greater than 70 tenure, right? So what is my data columns? What is my data frame? Original, not customer file. These are all manipulated, right? The customer churn. So just go and copy customer churn. Here you can also the describe just copy the customer churn. This is your data frame, right? Customer churn and tenure. Customer whose tenure. So you have to see tenure columns should be there and you have to see the tenure. This is the column. Just copy the tenure column over here. Okay. And is tell me that greater than 70. So this is the greater than sign 70. Okay. This is my first condition. One by one, no issues. Just a second. One by one, I'm going to implement. Let's write this thing. And second condition is that monthly charges is more than 100. So just customer churn. Only sub you have to focus, okay? So bracket that means it will focus only this value and then other bracket and actual this is the syntax, nothing more than that, okay? And you can see this is actual the this simple thing. You have to add this one and you have to add your context and what the condition is there, right? So write customer churn and monthly charges. Just call and see monthly charges column should be there. Monthly charges, yes, monthly charges. This is the column. So that is the reason I'm display the all columns name. So you can easily grab, right? Monthly charges greater than 100. Here I am not going to use and. So here you can see, you have to notice or. So instead of and, I have to use the or operator. This is the or operator, okay? And here you can see, uh, if you see the problem statement, extract all the male senior citizen whose payment method is electronic chain and store. Okay, everything is and over there. Means we have to satisfy all the condition. Here you can see or customer whose tenure is greater than 70 or their monthly charges. So either or, okay, monthly charges. This value 100. These two conditions, that either the condition should be 70 or customer monthly charges should be 100. So this is my second subset. Just add any variable, add your variable, my second subset. Okay, this is the data. First, you have to execute this thing. Either this condition, use condition is tenure is greater than 70 and monthly charges is more than 100. So either or, this is the condition, okay? Just press Ctrl Enter. So your data set is ready, my second subset. And next task, we have to provide this customer churn, customer underscore churn. And I have to add this second subset here and also store in that customer total tenure. So just go over there and write customer total tenure. Once it done, you can see customer total tenure, it will provide me, and just take other cell and just to see first 5 rows. Okay, but subset I'm not going to create. Now I'm going to create the subset. Your first 5 rows it will provide, right? And all the monthly charges is just 1 minute. I'm just going to exclude this thing. I will discuss this thing. Just let me complete this one. Complete total tenure, and you have to write your tenure and monthly charges. Simple thing. Tenure, comma, one is monthly charges. Just copy the monthly charges. Okay, just execute. Now you can see tenure is greater than tenure is greater than 70, monthly charges 100. So you can see that your two data frame is ready, tenure and monthly charges. Only tenure and monthly charges of their of customer total tenure. And you can see one of the condition has to be true. And you can see the second condition is true. Your 70 is not there, na? In the tenure 70 condition is not there. So tenure is greater than 70. So tenure, I don't have any tenure that is greater than 70, but I have that monthly charges. This is greater than 100, right? So all the 10 years here, you cannot see that 10 years is greater than 70. All the 10 years is less than 70. You can see 28, 58, 49. But monthly charges, if you see that can be greater than 100, right? And this data frame only to the data set. I'm creating this data frame, and now you can easily understood, right? How you have to complete this thing. So first you have to create your conditions. Next you have to create your subset. Next you have to show the data in the head columns. And next, once everything is done, you have to create only these two columns and you have to create your own data. So other data, other column that I'm not going to interested to see. Only to interested to see these columns, right? Next task, extract all the customer. Just copy same way, just have to implement these things. So extract the customer whose contract is of 2 years and payment method is mail check and the value churn is yes and store the result in two variables. No issues. So first take the data source customer churn, customer churn. First condition is right. First condition is what? Contract. So contract column should be there. You can see that is what is the contract column? Yes, it's contract. You can see contract column is there. Obviously, it should be there. So what's the contract? So that is 2 years. You can write 2 years. So how the contract looks like? Just go over there and you have to see contract. Okay, 1 year, 2 year. Just copy this 2 year. Copy this 2 year from the contract. Only 2 year I'm going interested to see. Okay, just copy the 2 years. Okay, and next condition is just copy enter thing. So payment method. So obviously payment method one column should be there. You can see payment method, payment is payment method. Just copy. So it's obvious and good practice. You have to display all the columns. So you can easily go and copy the details. So payment method, just write payment method and what the condition is mail check. So go to the payment method, mail check payment method, just payment method, go to the payment method, it's electronic check and mail check, right? Just copy and change the name as per that, just that mail check, just copy the mail check, okay? And final condition is and not and that is the and. And here the final condition is churn. So go and write churn, the value of churn. So basically churn is the thing that last, means just churn. Just copy the churn Just scroll down. Churn is equal to yes. These three conditions, okay, that can be satisfied. I hope yes, right? Now three condition is given. I'm using the AND operator and storing my another subset. Okay, just go another underscore subset. You can write. Just execute another subset. It is done. Next task you all know. I expecting you can tell me. No issues. Just go and customer churn. What I'm going to write. So I can write each and everything one line, but for better understanding how it works, so that is the reason I'm going to write step by step. Okay, just you have to break down everything in small part. Then it will be easier to understand, right? So another subset. You can create this one. Another subset created. You have to store in which two male yes. Result I have to store in two male yes. Just copy two male yes. Two male yes and just come and just write two male yes. Control enter. Dot head two male yes. And now created that three columns this data frame. Okay, same way. First column name is what? Payment. No, first column is your contract. So write contract. Second is your payment method. And third one is your churn. Just copy. And third one is your churn. Okay. And your success is ready. Just press Ctrl Enter. Contract is there, no? Contract. I hope something missing. Customer check payment method. Churn value is there. Churn is yes, here. Now you can see contract only 2 year are coming, right? 2 year, 2 year, 2 year. Payment method mail check and churn is. So whatever the condition is given, so I'm creating. So these three columns are prepared. 2 year, mail check and yes. Three records. Payment method is mail check. Only mail check is written. If there are any other record, it will display dot any other thing. But only three records are there and churn is yes. Three conditions are satisfied. Okay. Next task, I have to go and this is my next task. I think that only three customers are there. Okay, so if you create the subset, na, then it will be easier to understand. So you can obviously it will be easily understand that you can or sorry. So you have to create, this is the five F and G I have added ones. So this is the fifth task is only extract that random numbers. Just copy, just go, yeah, the record, customer churn data frame. So go over there. Okay. And now you have to write custom. You have to require the sample method. Just copy customer churn and you can use simple sample method. Number, how many numbers is there? 333. Okay. And store in customer underscore 33. Store data over here. Just press Ctrl Enter. Yes, simple method dot sample. You write dot sample and it will provide. Okay, and now you are display these records. Customer churn. It will create the random sampling. Okay. Dot hit. You can write only two rows. I'm interested to see two rows. Okay. So whenever I run this, so if every time it will change the three sample records, right? Just press Ctrl Enter. Again, you can press. Okay. Or you can first is you can see the gender male, female, male. Now 2833414142. So every time it will return that sample and you have to store in customer ID. Next final operation is there. Final operation is that we have to count that different levels from the churn column. This is the last task of my data visualization. Just label from the churn columns, you have to write. So just customer churn. I have this value counts of the categorical column. You have to write customer churn and can write dot value underscore counts, and you have to get the value counts result. Just so number of customer you can see no 5174. So get the count of different levels. So number they will not churn, right? 5174, but 1869 that has been churned out will be 169 is churning out. Okay. If I want to get the count value of different columns for the categorical columns, right? I just wanted to see, you can write the contract column, right? Now, just write contract and you will see that value count month to month 3875, 2 year contract is 1695, 1 year contract is 1473, month to month 2 year 1695, 1 year is 173. So there are different columns you can get that count. Just use the value counts and these are categoricals there, right? So as of now, my data manipulation task is done. I hope you can understand whatever the task is given, I am just completing. So I will coming to the next session. I will just starting that data visualization part. So I will create every task in one video, right? So you can understand that concept only, and then next concept will move out. So I hope you can understand, and thanks for joining the session. And please subscribe my channel, like my channel, share it to all your community, to all your friends, so they can also learn. And this is, you can all see that from the scratch to I'm going to create each and everything, okay, for the better understanding purpose. And thank you for joining. I'll come soon with the next task, that is the data visualization, and each and every task I'll create the separate video. So please stay with us, and thank you for joining the session. And please subscribe my channel, please. Thank you for joining. And if you have any problems, if you have any doubts, so please let me know in the comment box. So I'll definitely add your concern. Thanks for joining the session.